Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Queens of American Wrestling. We're on episode 3 and we have San Antonio Invasion 2020. One of the more bigger events in the company. A kind of not like I wouldn't say like a big 4 level, but or it could be on that. But obviously crowning of the queen is our WrestleMania and we're a long ways from there. But we do have some important matchups as we have the Rage, the current QAW Tag Team Champions, will be defending against Lucha Bound. We have the Stormfront versus the Clenched Fist. That has been a rivalry that has been brewing for some time now. This was not originally open, but apparently Sarah Taylor has said that she will be making an open challenge to the entire wrestling world for her QAW Shockwave title. We have Ashley Grover taking on Foxy LaRue in an important matchup that's going to be here. That rivalry has been brewing for some time, especially on the save. Two women who just despise each other. The Ronin 3 and the front line. Well, not the front line, the line. The defensive QAW. And in our main event, the world title will be on the line as Alina America takes on MMA for the QAW World Championship. Will MMA secure the victory? Will Alina America continue to be on the rise? We will just have to see, and we will jump into the show right now. So we have some pre-show matches in front of 468 people as Raquel Alvarado defeats Coco Malloy in 8:23 by submission with a Mexican stretch. Really does that, just kind of to get Raquel on the pre-show. And in our high spots opening match, not a very good match, but, two young stars getting to impress the show before the crowd starts. We have Air Raid Siren defeats Izzy Quick in 8:24 with a top rope leg drop, which I believe the game says she's very good at. So, yeah, two rising stars competing to see who is the better one. Air Raid Siren wins for now. And we open up the show with Daniela Sweetheart and Alina America. The two kind of have had a coexistence, an alliance of sorts. And they basically just cut a more generic promo to open up the show. They promise defeat for MMA, and Danielle Sweetheart says that she will personally be backstage making sure that the rest of the Furies do not interfere in this match. And Alina America thanks her for that. Not really much, not going to do this promo in and of itself. The main kind of thing is obviously Danielle Sweetheart is kind of eyeing the QAW World title. Not in a heelish way, but, she has held the title multiple times, and it is the main goal in QAW and women's wrestling in general. So, obviously, you have a big target. But Danielle Sweetheart putting that beside, and she's going to help secure a fair fight for her this event. Sorry, I just thought a dog was outside my window. I thought he was going to come and run in here and bite my nuts off. And in a decent match to open up the show, the Lucha Brown take on the Rage, the tag team champions, and they do it. Pinky Perez hits the pink butterfly powerbomb onto Honey Badger. Lucha Bound win the QAW tag team titles. Their first kind of tag team change in this match. Pinky Perez just fucking carrying this match with the 57. Maria Torres with the 41. She was off her game. And of course the Rage are they're not either A, too over, B, not that very, what's the word? Not very, damn it, I'm shitting myself with the words here. Not very experienced, very young. So that young, athleticism does not compete with just the outright veteran experience that Lucha Bound has. And they're able to pick up the win in 12:56 to win the tag team titles. And then we have the Stormfront taking on the Clenched Fist. This is a very, what's it called? I'm trying to think of if I could think of words, that'd be fantastic. It's a very back and forth kind of match here. It's a very kind of standard affair. It goes 18 minutes. Mostly, the Clenched Fist tries to isolate Sonaz Shah, for the most part, being the weaker link. Alexis Lee Littlefeather also kind of the weak link, so Juana Hurricane has to do most of the work. But eventually, Hellcat Hernandez pins Alexis Lee Littlefeather with a running bulldog. Shana Shah was the weak link. Of course, that was always going to happen. But the Clenched Fist pick up a win. Alexis Lee Littlefeather apparently sustained a cracked tailbone. That's always sad. especially considering what is happening with her. In terms of, I think I mentioned that she said she was going to retire soon, and in the save. So that was in the last episode, I believe. I might have said it, might have not. If not, just kind of kayfabe, just kind of breaking that to you. Trying to see Hellcat with the best performance out of all. Juan Hurricane with a solid performance in and of herself. But yeah, no, a very decent tag match for all things considered. 6-man trios, 6-women trios. Of course, Alexis Lee Feather. So Sarah Taylor makes her way to the ring. She has a microphone, of course. And she gets on the ring. She goes, well, here I am. Everyone was bitching and complaining. She doesn't, probably doesn't say bitching for more family friendly. Whatever. We're fine. Yeah, one swear word once in a while. She's like, well, they told me I have to face somebody for the Shockwave title. Now, of course, people tweeted at me saying they wanted Modesty. No, that's not happening. I'm just going to be flat out saying. So, I am giving a open challenge to anyone, but Modesty Pador to challenge for my QAW Shockwave Championship. So bring him out. I bet it's going to be a surprise. Everyone loves surprises. I love surprises. Who's it going to be? And, how it takes a bit for someone to, accept an open challenge? It's almost instant for some reason. And we start hearing this, America the Beautiful song playing up. Who could this be? Sarah Taylor seems shocked. She seems shocked, but she's clearly feigning it. She's clearly brought someone in. Get out of here, pre-booking. You ruined all the momentum. And it's Lady Liberty. Lady Liberty comes in. She's like, hi, everybody. And Sarah Taylor just jumps her and beats the shit out of her for 6 minutes. Just boom, just laying rights and lefts. Suplex, just move after move. Lady Liberty had mentioned on Twitter that she is retiring, as you could tell from the last video. And Sarah Taylor has ruined the Shockwave title by bringing this old woman that no one gives a shit about, and she easily defeats with the Newton's Cradle in 5:35, and making her first defense of the Shockwave title. But after this, we do have a big match. Ashley Grover versus Foxy LaRue. Ronin 3 versus The Line. The two captain leaders going one-on-one. This is one of the matches I'm definitely excited for. Obviously, Ashley is more of a high flyer. She's one of the more not really luchador, but more Americanized luchadoras of QAW. So she does high spots, but she does them, kind of sparingly. She doesn't, and by sparingly, not in a sense like, oh, psychology. No, she just doesn't pull them out as much. She tries to go one-on-one with Foxy, but she's not going to be able to do that. Foxy's a brawler. She's a technician. She knows what she's doing. So she just kind of outright just dominates Ashley on that field. That's when she goes to the air. That's when she realizes that's her key kind of moment. She can use that to her advantage. And Foxy does genuinely have a hard time getting her out of the air. She's just kind of like punching at the air, like, get the fuck down, damn it. And, of course, the Ronin 3 and the Line are, they're probably at ringside. They're probably brawling with each other at some point, having their own little mini match. And it's just insanity, of course. But in the end, there could only be one winner. When Foxy LaRue manages to get a flash head kick after Vinny Cruz comes out, interferes in the match, and in a 45 wins. Foxy obviously carried the match. Ashley going with a 36, which is not that bad considering where we're at. But yeah, no, Foxy picks up the win, 21-33, flash head kick, because Vinny Cruz intervened. Vinny Cruz was kind of sneaking his way down, not really noticed, and just at the right moment, just to kind of prove how, a Bobby Heat manager he is, he knows when he's needed, he interfered, cost the Line the match. Is this feud over? Absolutely not. Foxy seemed to offer a game, by the way, so with pulling a 46, even offer game is very impressive, all things considered. But next up, after this, Far Hesketh, she comes out. Well, she's out. She does commentary. I think 64 brought this up. In order, because I did cause confusion, I tried to explain it, but I'm a dumb shit. Basically, Cherry Bomb is the more hands-on commissioner of QAW. Farrah has power, because she owns the company. We're not going to ignore that, even in kayfabe. But she doesn't use that a lot because she's a referee, she's a commentator. She feels she has enough power. She doesn't want to be seen as abusing that power. So she's more so just kind of letting Cherry Bomb. She might not agree with Cherry Bomb, but she is a veteran. I believe more of a veteran even than Farrah ended up being. So she's just going to go with her and hope she makes, quote-unquote, the right decisions. But she gets up and she's like, ladies and gentlemen, we have a surprise for you before the main event. We recently have signed someone to a contract that is one of the faces of women's wrestling here in America. I don't really need to introduce her. I just want you all to see her. So come on down. And there's this quick moment. There's like the lights dim for a little bit. We get like some cheap, not like pyrotechnics, but like some like a fog machine. It turns to be very white. We start hearing Obsession by Automotion. And once that starts playing, some of the people know who this is. Because in my headcanon, this is a theme song she's used before. But out comes Suzanne Brazel. She comes out, and people, they're cheering for her, even though the gimmick ratings got awful. But, hey, what can you do? We have had worse shit happen at the save. But she comes out, and she gets a microphone. And, they're chanting, there's a chance of AAA being chanted, and, she smiles. And Suzanne says, I understand completely if some people don't know who I am. Because Farrah, introduced me great, but at the same time, we're having a resurgence in women's wrestling. I worked for AAA. I was a former Femme Fatale champion, multi-time top contenders champion, tag team champion. I did it all there. But at the end of the day, that didn't matter. At least it doesn't matter anymore. I have no problem with anyone that worked in AAA, but they're gone. And when they were gone, a whole new place for women to work was gone as well. Now, I'm a little older than most of the roster we have here today, and I was very reluctant to sign this contract. But if there's one thing I want to do in QAW, I want to help that next generation of women. I want to spread this women's revolution across this continent, across this hemisphere, across the world. I want to help out. I want to put over talent. Well, not put over talent. She's, retcon that comment. I want to fight the best. I want to put women's wrestling on the map. If I win a title, if I win a tournament, that's great. And in fact, I want to say now, in order to help that, I want to put myself as an early entrant into the Queen of the Ring tournament. The crowd cheers. She goes. But it's not about that. As I said, at the end of the day, it's about helping this next generation of women. Helping QAW do what AAA, unfortunately, was not able to do. And that's cement itself as the women's wrestling company. Period. And the crowd chants, Automotion, Obsession plays again, comes out. Really sad the gimmick rating did good. I went with a very what's it called? Receiver rating awful is likely to raise. I can't show you it, but I went very experimental with the gimmick. So it had the chance of bombing. It had the chance of succeeding. But you know what? We're gonna take that and we're gonna push through with that. Just out of kayfabe. So, it's sad to see, but, I love Suzanne Brazel. Also changed her picture because I love this picture. I don't know why. But the Miracle Blonde has debuted in QAW. One of, well, at least for this time, so it's the first, maybe more, maybe not, of QAW, or AAA talent to debut in QAW. But next up, we have the main event of the evening. Alina America and MMA. And it's for the QAW World title. And this match is very, very, back and forth. It's more of a storytelling. Because MMA, as you know, kind of brawler she is, she doesn't really have those kind of, at least in my mind, at least she's getting there, but she doesn't have that kind of thing that excites about her. But Alina America is a star, so it's more about Alina America trying to survive MMA and the Furies can. And the Furies do not interrupt; they do not intervene. And it seems as if Daniela Sweetheart, you know, the Rage were in that tag team match, but still they're gonna try and help MMA. But Danielle Sweetheart puts her name on the line, and she does in fact keep them interfering, and this pisses MMA off. She's pissed. This happens probably near towards like the 50-minute mark of the match. So MMA just starts taking it out on Alina America. You know, anytime, if she probably gets a hold of a chair at some point, sneaks a chair shot in there, probably is going for the leg, because, you know, that's what heels be doing now, apparently. But Alina America powers through it all. She powers through it. And in our main event, 52, superb match. Alina America hits the Southern Lights bomb in 23-14, makes defense number 3 of her QAW world title. Great chemistry, obviously, it showed. But MMA, she is not able to do it. She was not able to defeat Alina America, at least on her own. Again, yet. We're definitely throwing in that yet there as a very subtle hint. And after the match, Alina America is celebrating when MMA, she's walking back to the ring. She's trying to cover her face. She's a little embarrassed. And she's like, this isn't over. This isn't over. So, if you believe that the feud indeed isn't over. But as we usually have some YouTube exclusive segments to get through. And the first of these is, we just cut backstage at Alexis Lee Lillifer. She's in pain. She's backstage. And she's huffing and puffing. She's got the cracked tailbone. Someone kicked her in the asshole. It's too hard. I'm going to assume it was Hellcat Hernandez. And she's just breathing heavy. And she looks at the camera. And she just looks mad. Not at the camera, but more at herself. We just get this uncomfortable moment where it's just, you feel bad for Alexis Lee Lillifer. She looks back down. And she sighs, and that's that whole segment, really. Just a short little video. But the next video is longer. As we have MMA coming backstage, and she's at the office of Commissioner Baum, and she's like, Baum, that was some BS, my girl. What the hell was that all about? And Danielle Sweetheart, she's like, Danielle Sweetheart, she interfered in my match. I should have been disqualified, and I should be crowned the champion. And Baum's like, I totally agree with you. Danielle Sweetheart's actions are irreprehensible. And I'm going to make this up to you. I'm going to grant you another title shot. But it's not going to be for next month. And I know, and MMA is already starting to get pissed. She's like, I understand. I would love to give you next month's title shot. But as American Lucha goes, Alina America must defend against a luchadora. A true, honest luchador from south of the border. And that's the gimmick show. That's the kayfabe. She doesn't say that, but that's how we're going to do. I don't have an opponent yet, but I want you to help personally pick an opponent for her. Someone that, if you get my drift, can really put the punishing on her. And MMA smiles. Commissioner Baum grins. They both grin like Cheshire cats. They have a plan, and they're going to take it out on Alina America and Danielle Sweetheart. And that is the show. And we have 49 pop up in one. Sonaz Shah was used too much. Don't care. We got to get her over, brother. I'm going to give MMA the props. I considered giving her the belt, but I just don't think it was ready. We're going to tell Alexa Lee that she's cool because she broke her butthole. And we're going to tell Foxy that she did a great job. Actually, you know what? We're going to tell... I don't want to get... You know what? Instead of MMA, I'm going to tell Pinky Perez she did good. Because she genuinely did carry that tag match. Give a hug. Told her awesome. Was pleased. Seemed pleased and was pleased. So I will see you guys for the news section in case there's any more news. And if there's not... Well, yeah, I'll just see if there's any more news. Alright, so we have some more interesting news. Catalina Vasquez and Border Patrol 2 have begun dating. Catalina Vasquez, of course, a Mexican luchador who I'm looking decently at. Lady Liberty's gone. She was just on a loan period from CILL. She will not be back, because fuck her. She didn't do anything but in experience, I hate her. My ultimate waifu is getting a contract extension, so I will cry later tonight that we could not sign. Charity sweep. We already know Huxley Lilford has the cracked tailbone. I want to do check medical for that, though. Medical. Cracked tailbone, none is being worked through. 27 days. So effects, none, really. So I don't think it'll really affect her wrestling that much. We will kind of put her on the brakes, though. Give her a break to settle down. So there is that. Thank you guys all for coming. We have the Road to American Lucha in 8 days. No previews, just because it's more of a B show. I will be doing that later, which is right now. I'll be booking that, but really pre-booking it for the kind of gimmick. So I want to say thank you guys for watching. One thing. I did want to check if we did actually increase in our pop points size. Yeah, we did. So we were at 30. We were at 29. So we're finally we're catching up. We're catching up. We need to have 35 for small. That'll be cool to finally get. So yeah, I want to thank you. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. Sorry I seem out of it. I just had my finals. So I'm still recovering from the shock of having finals. But I thought I would get an episode out. I've been lazy and haven't recorded anything yet. But I will see you guys for the next episode of Queens of American Wrestling, the Road to American Lucha.